G'day mates, it's great to have you here today. In this video, we're going to be talking about why I'm a college dropout and I chose to quit my full-time job and why it was the best decision that I ever made. And I just wanted to add before we get into things is that at the end, I'm going to be sharing a little bit about the mindset of how you can make similar decisions that you're scared about, that you're worried about, that are risky, and give you kind of a little bit of a mindset strategy for that and something that I had to go through in order to make some of these hard decisions. Oh, and if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button right now. Some great entrepreneurial content as well as other content to help build your online business or create the freedom that you want for your life. So hit that subscribe button right now. But hope you guys enjoy. So I know there's some of you that do know a little bit of my story. I'm not going to dive into my story at all, but for those of you who are new, I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I work from home right now, and this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. The lifestyle that I live now is incredible. I may not be making millions and millions of dollars yet. I plan to, but I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience going into entrepreneurship because I know a lot of you who are watching this video right now have probably had thoughts about quitting your job or even dropping out of school or making some big decisions that may involve taking a big risk in your life, or they may go against what a lot of people are saying that are around you, whether they're family or friends or those who are close to you. So I wanted to start from there and kind of just share a little bit with you. So in the beginning when I started, this was probably back in April, I decided that I was going to quit my job. At this point in time, I had already started thinking about whether college was right for me or not. I'd already been about a year and a half into college. So I decided to give another semester a try. I signed up for a bunch of classes that I liked and I thought that I would enjoy and be able to give 100% of my time and attention to. But what ended up happening as the semester went on, I just realized that this isn't what I wanted to do. I found myself coming home from school and wanting to just jump on the computer and start learning about online business or start, wanting to make YouTube videos and all this other stuff. And so I realized at that point that I was in a difficult situation. I had to make a decision on what I was going to do. I wasn't happy with, spending another couple of years having to finish my degree in college. And then the whole point of this is to pursue entrepreneurship and not work for someone else. So I thought, well, what's the point wasting all this time and money going to school when I can simply go out, take a risk, and try and start my own business and build my own brand? So, there's a lot of stuff that went into making my decisions, but for me at the time, I was feeling very anxious. I was very worried about what other people would think of me, especially my family and those who are close to me. Lucky my wife was very supportive, but I made the decision to also drop out of college that semester, and I stopped going to classes a little bit towards the end because I just felt like it was a waste of time. And then I decided to really vamp up my online business or building my personal brand online. And then I just started trying to make money through my skills and my talents to help other businesses grow their business. And that was through social media marketing. That's kind of where it all started. But what I wanted to focus on in sharing this all with you is that decision process. The decision that I made to drop out of school and also quit my job. Now I had feelings of anxiety. I had feelings of, I was worried I had to provide for my family. I wasn't sure exactly how I was gonna do it, but I knew that for me, that decision just felt right. It felt like that's what I needed to do. And because of that decision, there was enough, pressure and enough drive for me to really make this work, because I've wanted to start an online business and work for myself for a very long time. I've always hated going to work. I'd honestly wake up depressed every morning, feeling like I didn't want to go in, and I would really struggle to get there on time. And I'm sure a lot of you feel that similar way right now. And I don't mean to encourage you to quit your job or anything like that, but it was very tough for me to go to work. I'd often have a really hard time working anywhere longer than 6 months because I just got so bored. I didn't feel like I was contributing the way that I felt that I could to this, big corporation or big business. So I'm a very creative person and entrepreneurship's my style, but I'm sure a lot of you have had these similar thoughts and wondered the same questions. And so growing up as a kid, I've always wanted to have freedom. As a teenager, I've always wanted to eventually own my own business and kind of pursue my own dream and purpose in life. And I'm sure a lot of you feel that same way. And so sometimes those decisions that are hard to make are the best ones to make. But you have to make sure that you're making those decisions with the minimal amount of risk. So make sure you're making smart decisions about what you're doing. If you don't have any savings or you don't have many skills, then maybe you need to start developing those skills so that you can quit your job or you can drop out of college if that is your decision. I'm not encouraging that. I'm just sharing my experience. So the other thing I wanted to touch on is that the risk that you may feel when making these decisions is always going to be there. And if you don't take that risk, then you're never going to have the opportunity to see where it goes. So when you can take that opportunity and see what happens of it, have a backup plan, then you at least know that you have something to fall back on. So now we're here, in November of 2017, and yes, I'm not making as much as I would like to, but let me tell you, the lifestyle that I have right now, being able to work from home and work on my own schedule and be able to share valuable content on YouTube and Facebook and other social media to help encourage you to be successful, to help push you to work towards your goals and dreams. That is what gives me purpose. I'm here helping other people to make decisions that they've always wanted to make for themselves, give them a little bit of inspiration, whatever that may be, a little piece of knowledge or skill set that's going to help them do the exact same thing that I did. And that is why I started this YouTube channel. So I want to talk a little bit about the mindset that you need to have or you want to develop when you're going through some of these life-changing experiences. Because I know a lot of you on this channel are young, some may be older, it doesn't matter, this stuff still applies to making these hard decisions. The first thing that I wanted to say on this point is that it doesn't matter what your current situation is, it doesn't matter where you're at, what you've done in the past, what you're worried about, what's stressing you, but you can do it and you will be successful if you put in the effort and you execute correctly. So it's important that with the mindset behind being successful, that you can believe in yourself. Now that belief in yourself is not easy to obtain, but the way that helped me make those decisions and helped me believe in who I was and what my goals were and what I wanted to achieve in life was surrounding myself with things that helped me to get to that level. So growing up for a lot of us, we're in a mindset where we think very average, and there's just an expectation, at least in America, of how life should be. That includes growing up as a kid, living at home, then going off to college, doing well in college, then getting a full-time job or getting married, having a family, working that job for the rest of your life, support your family, creating a retirement plan. That's kind of the map that's been laid out by society of how you're meant to live your life, and how wrong that is. That strategy or that plan is not going to help you get where you want to be unless those things are what you want to achieve by the end of your life, which a lot of people want a lot more than that. So a lot of people push all their dreams and their desires to the side and think that this is just how things are, there's no way that I can be successful. Even though you're seeing all these other people, achieving a lot of success. We're seeing big companies develop like Tesla and SpaceX and Airbnb. These companies are huge and they're successful. And it doesn't mean just because they're successful that you can't be. So developing the mindset, surrounding yourself with people who have similar mindsets. Now for me, those people I found online, I started reaching out and asking people to either keep you accountable or just get on a call and introduce yourself to each other, talk about what you're doing, and talk to people who are at a level where you want to be. And I know a lot of people, obviously their time's valuable and usually they do coaching, or consultations. But if you can find someone who's on their journey and has time, just have a chat and talk about entrepreneurship and how you're doing, then that is perfect. That's what you need. People around you are going to always put you down. They're going to shut you down. They're going to tell you can't do it, and they're going to tell you that it's impossible and you should just go and get a job or you should just get a degree. That's the most important thing. You're always going to be told that. And the trick, the important point here I'm trying to make is that you have to believe in yourself. And you have to be able to make those hard decisions even if people don't agree with you. And if that's really what you want, if you have a true desire to change your life, you want to do something different with your life, and something just feels off, then those are the hard decisions that have to be made. And surrounding yourself with good people who are on the level where you're at, or higher than you're at, watching motivational videos, reading self-development type stuff, helps put your mind in a place where you're going to make those decisions a little bit easier. Networking with other entrepreneurs is really, really important. That's what really helped me. And finding mentors, even if they're just online building YouTube channels or they have a blog, just follow them, read their content, find out what they're doing, and then strive to make decisions that they are making and try and replicate what they're doing. Now, the last thing that I wanted to share is about I guess being influenced by others. And I have touched on this already, but I need to reiterate this point. Now, let me share a little bit of experience with you. So as I was starting on my entrepreneurial journey, as I was starting to really discover that online business was an option for me, that I could work from home in front of my computer and make money, that blew my mind. I didn't even know this, maybe 4 years ago. I had no idea that you could do that. But I knew that that's the type of lifestyle I wanted, because I want to be able to work from home, be around my family, and be able to spend time with them and have the freedom, live comfortably, be able to travel and do those sorts of things. So the biggest thing that I struggled with was that whenever I'd present new ideas to family members or friends about this new idea of making money from home or online, I'd always get shut down. I'd always be told, no, that's, that barely works for some people, that only works for the few that are, successful already. And so it made me not believe in myself. It made me think, oh, well, yeah, they're right. That's true. I can't be successful. And so my subconscious would start believing that. And so every time I'd go and study on my own for hours on end, just sitting in front of my computer trying to learn this whole thing, and then I'd go and try and talk to someone about it, I'd get shut down, and then I'd be back at zero again. I'd be like, crap, well, this isn't a good idea, I shouldn't do it. And then I'd start researching again and learning, and I'd want to do it again. And so there's just this endless cycle. But the more and more that I started to do it, I started to kind of build up this foundation for, what I wanted to do. I started having a greater desire to want to do it. I started having more passion towards this idea of online business. And it honestly just got to a point where I was sick of it. I was fed up with being told no. I was sick of people telling me what to do. And I was sick of believing what people were saying to me. So there was a point where I just had to make hard decisions. And I was like, I don't care what other people think. I'm not going to talk to other people about what I want to do with my life, with online business, or creating the freedom I wanted for my life. And I was just going to do it. I was just going to do it. I didn't care. Even though I had all these doubts, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I was just like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. So that's why I made the decision to quit my job. That's when I made the decision to drop out of college, even though I was so scared to make those decisions in the beginning. But as I did that, I knew that I had to do something, started making YouTube videos, growing this YouTube channel, started going and doing social media marketing, approaching businesses door to door. That's what helped push me and motivate me to get going. I just needed to take that first step and have faith no matter what my situation was, no matter what people thought of me, no matter what I thought of myself. I just had to make that first step. And then when I took that first step, I was able to be like, wow, this is incredible. This is what I want to do. And so as from there, I kept taking more steps, not looking at, kind of how far I wanted to get, but just that first little bit ahead of me so that I could keep taking one step at a time. So hopefully that communicates to you guys what it takes, what my experience has been, and help you with how you're feeling right now. I know there's a lot of people who are trying, like you, who are trying to make decisions like this that are really difficult, really risky, very scary. There may be people telling you can't do it. If this is really what you want to do and you're committed to doing it and you'll do whatever it takes to be successful, I have no doubt that you will be. So make sure that if you're in a stage right now where you're on the edge, you're not sure whether you want to continue going to school, whether you want to continue having a job, make a plan, save up enough money, so you can give it a few months. And look, the worst case scenario, yeah, go back and get a job, right? Like that's the worst case scenario.